All right, so another Tonex presets video today. Thank you so much for all the people that downloaded the zip file and donated. It's great. I'm quite pleased that people are downloaded these sounds and making a good use, making some use of them. Today, I think I have about 40 for Tonex, 40, some 43, and today I made 10 more. I make these sounds for my gigs, for recording, to make demos, but also just for fun, to figure out how these things work, these machines work, these modelers work. If you can name all the tunes that I play, I'm not sure what you get, but definitely a like. Anyway, so that's the first one. It's something along the lines of is that dotted eighth note type of sound. And it comes up quite a bit if you think of other like Floyd. It's that kind of thing, so to speak. And it comes up in so many tunes. It's so, and this is like a cleanish version of it. I've used the Morgan AC20. By the way, I think a few people that have the Tonex One mentioned that some of my patches don't work. And so I understand, because I'm still relatively new to the Tonex, let's call it system, whatever. And I understand that the Tonex One, which I don't have, comes with Tonex CS, which is a smaller selection of amps. And what I have is the Tonex Max, which is a bigger selection of amps. So if you have the Tonex One, still try to download it. Some of these are made with let's call it the starting, the CS, the amps that are in the CS version of Tonex, so to speak. So some might work, some might not work, but give it a try. Just download them. And definitely if you have the bigger pedal with Tonex Max, this will work. And they are in stereo, so just wear some headphones, okay? So the next one is some sort of like Eric Johnson clean with a slight bit of saturation. It's that. Yeah, probably a bit too much for the last one, but that's kind of the idea, that delay, stereo delay, ping-pong delay with loads of reverb, and a plate reverb. This one, so it's a British classic, I would call it. And that comes up, that sound actually comes up quite a bit as well, is that kind of chopper, like the 16-note chopper, like tremolo kind of thing, comes up quite a bit if you want to have that more ambient background guitar, so to speak. This, again, something that I needed, like a big, cavernous distortion. It's like really big. I think the original of that tune actually as a fuzz is a lot more like honky, so to speak. But obviously these you cannot add pedals on top, so I probably need to have two pedals to do that. Okay, this is something with a phaser. I would say probably the song that fits the most is this one. That classic. But I use it quite a bit to play funk. Like if you remove some of the effects, so to speak, here you have that nice phaser, like, what's the name of the band? Crumbing. Maybe the effects are a bit too much, but if you, eventually tweak that, if you, remove the delay maybe and take the reverb down a bit. It has that slightly dirty sound. There's a video on YouTube of that guitarist, the Matteo Asato that plays that Bee Gees. Okay. I'm not really that kind of player, but I really like the sound, so to speak, of that, because you can get that to rock. That kind of bloom, so to speak, that soft compression. I would say you need new strings for that because it requires that kind of sheen, that like really presence, so to speak, and definitely works best with that. With new strings, I would say that's the effect that I was trying to achieve with that, and I really like the sound in that video. It's very roomy, probably just like a microphone, like a room microphone, so to speak. When Timmons says an album, if I remember well, the title of the tune is "Words When Words Fail." It has a really very difficult to get with modulars because that's a very dynamic sound. Something like. Yeah, it's like a beautiful melody. It's like this kind of sounds like a bit like one of the Scottish songs or Irish songs, so to speak, Celtic songs. But it has such a like beautiful ambience and dynamic sound, so to speak, with a neck humbucker, the neck single coil. And I was trying to get that, but obviously that original has such a beautiful dynamic, and I think with modulars that's a bit the limit of the modulars, so to speak. The next one, again, big classic. And so on. I think the original is a slightly different slapback thing, but you cannot set. You can only set like the general sync. You cannot separately set the sync of the two ping pong delays, so to speak, independently. So this is an approximation of that. Close enough. I really like the delays on the Tonex. They sound really musical. This is again another really big classic, with a sound that I think comes out a lot in the 80s style, Yeah, it's that sound, and again, that kind of chorusy 80s sound comes up a lot in that era, so to speak. And this is the last one, based roughly around that Asato, It's that big classic that was ripped off. I can't remember the name of the guitarist, Waddy Wachel, something like that. It's like a famous session guy from the States, West Coast. That was sampled, I think, by in that tune Bootylicious. And I always thought that was a really cool sound. And you can see here that the delay is just used to widen the sound. You get that kind of trick where you widen the sound with a delay to really, obviously it only works if you're in stereo. If you're using this at a gig, it will probably sound a bit narrow, like there's a phase cancellation probably. Well, anyway, that was that. That was the 10 preset that I'm going to add to my folder. Let me show you how to download that. So you will find the link in the description and in a pinned comment of these patches. And here you can add to cart, obviously, and you can add a donation, which is greatly appreciated. I'm going to try, as I said, I'm trying to keep it free for the time being. I want to keep things simple. And then you can add to cart and pay with PayPal, so to speak. So you will get redirected to a page to download the patches, and then you will get an email. You can literally take them and drag them onto the editor. Well, that was it for today. Hope you enjoyed the sounds. Let me know. I'd love to get some feedback from you on the comment section. If you figured out all the songs as well, that's I will get you'll get an extra like. And yeah, that's it for today. Share, like, subscribe, the usual stuff. If you find that this is of value, send it to a friend, post it on a forum on Reddit or whatever. It all helps the channel, and I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Bye bye.